3.3. Now here says adding and subtracting using fraction notation. Now what does even necessarily even mean? What does using fraction notation mean? Okay, so that means basically adding or subtracting fractions. Because a rational number is written into a over b form, we always say b does not equal to 0, and a and b all belong to integers, right? So that's how we define rational number. Now, if we write like that, and then that is just in a fraction notation. But if it's just like, you write it either 2 over 3, that's called a fraction notation, or you write at 0.6, repeating, and that's a decimal, so that's in decimal notation. So that just means that. So 3.2 is we deal with decimals. Now 3.3, it's the same adding, subtracting rational numbers, but now it just to do fraction, in fraction notation. Now, in that sense, we have already reviewed. Now, first thing is the lowest common multiple. That means you have to find the lowest common denominator. Okay, so that's one issue we need to deal with. This is going to review again. So now let's take a look. I wanted to bring your attention to over here. So this is this, finding lowest common multiple, method 1. Okay, so now everybody, this is page 103 right here. So this is called the method 1. We just use this method. So before we already talk about how to do this. So this is write each number the product of prime factors. So we're going to do a factor tree. So for example, if it's 24 and 36, so what is a common denominator between a denominator is 24 and another denominator is 36? So what we do is the first thing, write each number as a product of prime factors. So that means we're going to factor this, then 2, 12, 2, 6, and 2, and 3. So how do I write this? That means this is 2 to the power of 3 multiplied by 3. Now 36, let's do this again. So then that is 36, 2 and 18, 2 and 9, 3 and 3. So this becomes 2 to the power of 2 multiplied by 3 to the power of 2. So now the next one is to say, select the greatest number of times each prime factor occurs. So now here, this occurred as 2 to the power of 3, right? Versus 2 to the power of the 2. So therefore, this is going to be selected. Now, prime factor as 3. This is 3 to the power of 1. This is 3 to the power of 2. Therefore, this is selected. Now, that means our common denominator, the lowest, is equals to 2 to the power of 3 multiplied to 3 to the power of 2. So then that is 8 multiplied by 9, then that is 72. So the common denominator between 24 and 36, the lowest is 72. Okay? So that's the second issue we needed to iron it out. Now the third issue, this is the first issue. So we go to the second issue is to deal with a sign. Deal with the signs means whether or not it is a positive number or negative number. This is grade 9. This is not a grade 8 or grade 7 anymore. So everything is just a positive number. Now, for example, if this is a 5 over 9, subtract 7 over 9. So in this case, we're saying, okay, well, thank God we don't have to deal with a common denominator issue. With just the common denominator is the same denominator, 9. And then on top, we're going to do the integer calculation. That is a 5 subtract 7, and that is negative 2. I'm not going to repeat this. This is already taught in the previous section. And rewrite it could be negative 2 over 9. Okay, that's done. Okay, so let's say if we have another, see, this is all same common denominator, so don't worry about it. But then we have this one. Here is that it's mixed number. Now the third issue about this section is to change improper fraction to change mixed number, change to improper fraction. Okay, everything has to be changed to improper fractions. So if it's a mixed number, such as this, then we have to change it to 16 over 5, subtract, this is a 5 again, then 25, 28. Okay, now here we go, same common denominator, great. And then 16, subtract 28. Now integer on top, do your integer calculation, then that is negative 12 over 5. Then negative 12 over 5. And then we were done, okay? Whether or not you have to change it back to a mixed number, up to you. I do not require that. All right, so let's just take a look at some of the questions in the exercise set. So these easier ones, I will not be doing that anymore, but let's just do this again. Okay, so now here, denominator does not need to be changed because it's common. Same thing, no, it's the same denominator. Okay, negative 3 plus 4 minus 2. Okay, here I share this with you. I don't do this one with this one. Okay, that gives me positive 1, positive 1, negative 2. Oh, then that gives me a negative 1. I don't do that. What I do is I always put the positive and negative together, put the same sign together, and then in the very end, I deal with them. So I will put negative 3, negative 2 together. That gives me negative 5. Okay, and then plus 4. And then that gives me negative 1. Okay, wonderful. So that is negative 1 on top, denominator 5. Negative 1 over 5. Done. Okay. Then let's say there's some more difficult questions. Now here, see, this is just changed to improper fraction. Improper. Oh, this is already fraction. Change this into improper fraction and then do the same thing. What else? Okay, so now, okay, well then let's take a look at that. Okay, so take a look at this. This one, first one, we need to do the common denominator, right? Common denominator. Okay, so now should not be a big deal. Let's just one by one factor them out. Okay, now here 8, 2, 4, 2, 2. Okay, so 8 now equals to 2 to the power of 3. Okay, 36. 2, 18. 2, 9, 3, 3. Okay, so 36 now equals to 2 to the power of 2 multiply 3 to the power of 2. Okay, 48. Okay, 2, 24, 2, 12, 2, 6, 2, 3. Okay, 48 equals to, wow, how many 2's here? 4. So 2 to the power of 4 multiplied by 3. Okay, now see the highest, of course, the highest is 2 to the power of 4 and 3 to the power of 2. Here, it has no 3, but that means that multiplied by 3 to the power of 0, right? So then, between 8, 36, and 48, the common denominator will be 2 to the power of 4 is 16. 16 multiplied by 9. Well, either use your calculator or say 16 multiplied by 9. Then that is 144. Okay? So my common denominator is 144. Now on top, this one means 8. What did 8 multiply to become 144? And 8 multiplied by 9 multiplied by 2. So 8 multiplied by 18. 8 multiplied by 18. And give me a 144. So in this case, my top have to be multiplied by 18. So negative 3 multiplied by 18. Now plus 36. How many 36 is multiplied by 3? Is it multiplied by 3? Hold on for a second. Multiplied by, no, not multiplied by 3. It's multiplied by 4. So 36 multiplied by 4. Then therefore 7 multiplied by 4. So 7 multiplied by 4. And then my 48 and 144, 48, 144 is multiplied by 3. So then 17 multiplied by 3. 17 multiplied by 3. Okay? So then here we go. Then it's the same thing, 144. Okay. 3 multiplied by 18, then it's negative 54 plus 7 multiplied by 4, 28, and subtract, this is 51. All right, so now again, I am going to put negative 54 and negative 51 together. Okay, that's what I do. So then that will be negative 105 plus 28, okay, over 144. And we said that positive number, negative number are together, do the difference. So that means 105 subtract 28, that's 7, and that is 77. So that means that is negative 77 over 144. Note, you're not stopping here, are you? Because there's a common factor between the top and the bottom as 7. This divided by 7 is negative 11. This divided by 7. Oh, sorry, no, that's not 7. I'm just over excited because I thought like this is 14. No, you cannot be divided by 7. There's no 7. Well, then I guess you are just here. That is the negative 77 over 144. Okay? Sometimes I always get overexcited about reducing. I just love reduce. I just don't like these big numbers. Okay, well, then I think you should be perfectly fine with the rest of the questions. And, you know, for example, you're going to look for what is a common denominator between 15 and 9 and 10. You should definitely be able to do that. If you have any questions, please come in to find me. And between 8 and 12 and 15. And then after that, these larger numbers are just a little bit more mind-boggling. You just have to do calculation. Now, these word questions, if you're already tired up to here, then you don't have to bother with this. Some of the students definitely have the energy to do every single question. Then you're more than welcome to do all the word questions as well. All right, now this is 3.3. Well, thank you for watching.